Welcome to the Millennial Factor, driving millennials to success. This is part of our EBIT series. Our EBIT series are tidbits of e-learning information that allows you to review and then gather the information to help make your decisions on how to move forward. Let's move forward. We've all probably heard many of the millennial myths. There are beliefs or concerns about millennials. 1. Millennials are lazy. 2. Millennials are entitled. They believe that if they work at a place, if they're just there for whatever short time or even a couple of years, but without going over and above, that they should get promoted. I've heard that millennials lack loyalty, so why invest in them? Because they lack loyalty, millennials will jump job to job. Also heard that millennials fear decisions made behind closed doors. Finally, millennials are impatient and they want quick answers and resources. So those are just a few of the millennial myths. Some may be true, we'll discuss that in a minute. But what is the reality? Although many believe reality, there are some facts. Millennials are courageous. In fact, I state that they're the most courageous workforce I've seen. They are used to quick information and answers. Well, that's true. They grew up in the digital age that everything was on the internet, that they can research, go to Google, and that has driven the fact that they're used to quick information and answers. Millennials do appreciate transparency. That's where prior millennials don't like decisions made behind closed doors. Well, they appreciate transparency, maybe being asked for their opinion and being a part of it. Millennials want to know why. Not just do this because you get paid for it as part of your job description, but if you tell me why, then I understand and it makes sense, and I appreciate that. Millennials want to know the mission. What is the mission of the organization? Because that is the reason for existence, and that is more important to them than what they're going to get paid. In addition to the mission is corporate values are also important to them. What are the values we're going to live by? Not just respect and trust. Are we going to have fun? Are we going to give to the community? Those are things that are important to millennials. Here we're going to address the job versus career. This is one of the biggest things I hear constantly about millennials. And in fact, it is that millennials lack loyalty and will jump from job to job. It's a common perception out there. Part of that is the argument of why should I invest in them if I know that they're going to jump job to job, probably have 7 jobs within 2 years. However, in my book, The Millennial Factor, my comment back is you have not shown the millennial what a career is, and that is part of our responsibility. If millennials jump job to job, it's because you have not shown them what a career is, and that is part of the 10 steps to managing millennials to success. Part of that is early on when the millennial is hired, and even part of the interview process is to have built what we call a career lattice. Most of us know what a career ladder is on how you can make moves up the ladder. A career lattice nowadays is what are the different positions within the organization that you can possibly make lateral moves, going lateral, going up, and going down even. However, with each career lattice and each role, define what are the knowledge and skills that are needed for each role that you then show the millennial on day one and every employee. It's not just for millennials. Here are the different roles and careers that you can have at our organization with the skills and the knowledge. And then you challenge them. You say, I want you to take self-accountability. And if you take self-accountability and there's one of these roles that you might want to gravitate to, and you learn some of the skills and knowledge that are required for that, then when you show your interest for that role, or we have money to invest in your further development, you make that choice easy. This is also how you get promoted. You take self-interest and self-accountability into your own personal development, that when a promotion comes up, you've shown that you're worth that promotion. This is why one of the biggest factors on managing millennials is communication. In fact, in the book, The Rockefeller Habits, The statement, until your people start mocking you, you have not said your message enough. Now note that the Rockefeller Habits, written by Vern Harnish, is not written just for millennials. It's actually written for high-level entrepreneurs and business owners, CEOs. The fact here, it teaches that the great leaders, the best leaders, repeat themselves, even to the point that their employees start mocking them. They repeat themselves and they teach their individuals, employees that work for them. If I'm repeating myself, you might take note because that means it's important to me. Well, millennials, the overcommunication works to their benefit. That is why you show them the career lattice. Another important item that you work with them on are the cold hard, what we call the cold hard fact. Let me speak here. Strong leaders with solid leadership skills and traits have the ability to manage millennials successfully because they execute the things important to millennials. These things motivate other workforce groups too, but we're not as high in the pecking order of importance. The cold hard fact is the top 10 items important to millennials are the same as other workforce groups, just the order of importance is different. I'm a baby boomer. At that time, baby boomer, maybe pay was very high up. So millennial, higher up to them is what's our reason for existence? What are the values of our organization? Does my organization show transparency? Do they explain the why? And do they over communicate and do they involve me? Well, those are still things that are important to me as a baby boomer, but that's probably 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In fact, I didn't always have to know the why. I did it because I was paid to do it. But if you explain to me the why, I actually appreciate it. So the strong leaders who can manage, who are already managing other workforce groups that over communicate and explain the why, and their employees are motivated because of that, the millennials gravitate towards those type of leaders and appreciate them because they're exhibiting the complete skills that millennials gravitate to that are important to them. So with that, I do recommend that you dig in further. We have the book that we recommended, The Millennial Factor, which goes through the 10 steps to managing millennials to success. We're going to leave you with a quote that says, with technology, people in remote places can suddenly have a say in what's happening to them. That was not possible 5 years ago. That is by Erica Kochi. And why is this quote important? It's important because it shows the changing times. As a baby boomer, I did not grow up in the digital age. Millennials did. That's what then signifies some of the differences. They're used to quick answers, quick resources. I say they're the most courageous workforce group I've ever managed. And in fact, because of that, I've had to hold them back more than push them forward. I would tell my millennials to stop, look, and listen instead of racing to decisions. By slowing them up, they actually became more effective. We thank you for today. Thank you for attending. We want to thank you for attending. If you'd like to email, our email is mark@markvillarreal.com. If you have questions about additional courses, you can send that to contact@markvillarreal.com. My website is markvillarreal.com. My phone number is listed there. And please subscribe to our YouTube, which this will be posted. But as we create new tidbits or other e-learnings or educational videos, you will be notified as well. So please, thank you very much and have a good day.